Today, both Marowaks compete for center stage. Alolan Marowak with its fire ghost typing, and the original Kantonian Marowak. Both of these have one huge thing in common. They like to throw bones. From Thunder Punching Auto Gyarados to random Flare Blitzes and other Bonemerangs, let's see if we can throw Marowak a bone. So a great question was asked by a great friend of mine named Kira. Why should you use Alolan or regular Marowak? Is it just Thick Club? Does Bonemerang hit 2 times? Retro, why do we use this Pokemon? Well, let's get into the video and let's find out. So I'm leading with Raichu here. I decided to go out into Marowak. Now this is kind of dangerous. I cannot believe that hit me. That must have tipped me on the edge. I decided to try to go after the Glaceon, but of course I get hit before then. As that Shadow Ball doesn't even connect. I'm not even sure what actually hit me. As he goes into this Alpha Clefable. Looks to be Alpha from where I'm looking at. There's some mystical fires flying around and a fly from the Skarmory into the Swampert. Now, this Swampert gets hit by this fly, and then I get to revenge kill it with a Shadow Bone. Now, I'm not sure what happens in transition here. Okay, I do tip the Skarmory. I thought I just hit the tree and watching this footage. I tip him with the Flare Blitz on the end. I was talking about in the beginning of the video about random Flare Blitzes, and Alolan Marowak does exactly that. For a while I actually had Fire Punch, and actually, funny enough, if you guys go back and watch the original video, where I was using Marowak the first time, in the first video that I had coming back, Happy New Year by the way guys, I actually did not have this thing effort value. But luckily, we're going to throw Marowak a bone here as the Bonemerang connects and takes out the Charizard, as he, of course, Mega Evolves into X, so super effective ground coverage. It's fantastic. I am seeing Solar Beam Pokemon everywhere. Chandelure, Blaziken. Solar Beam is a thing, guys. It's actually really, really strong. So, anyway, Blaziken comes in to die to Goldango here, and I'm hoping I can get around. Make It Rain does an astronomical amount of damage. And, of course, Bonemerang fails. I get out of the range, of course, of Surf and Brave Bird from the oncoming Skarmory and Swampert, respectively. And I was like, okay, maybe I can hit this Blaziken. Solar Beam connects. My Shadow Bone almost does him in, but it's the only thing that would have connected on time. Bonemerang wouldn't have actually hit the Blaziken before it took me out. So, I didn't spawn right next to that attack raise. I would have liked to. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a Charizard X, there's a Skarmory. I feel like this is an opportune time here to Mega Evolve into Raichu X. I do take him out with a Volt Tackle and live the tail to tail, but then I get burned and hit by a Scald from the oncoming Swampert. Now, I do have Trailblaze on my Mega Raichu X, and I also swapped to Adamant Nature for this Mega Raichu X, as originally I was using the Hasty Nature in my last video. So anyways, I go for the Magnet Bomb here. It does connect to the Garchomp, and a Play Rough with an attack boost and Adamant Nature is enough to take him out after a Magnet Bomb. That is great information. Goldango does get paralyzed on the oncoming Volt Tackle, and I get taken down by a Heat Wave, but we knock him in really, really close range. As the Mega Evolution happens to the Skarmory over there, as the Glaceon's just kind of checking everything out. The Skarmory gets hit by the Scald in 2, 1, and we're into the next round. Alright, round 2. I'm leading with Abomasnow. I've actually had a lot of success in these last 2 seasons with Abomasnow. It's actually a really cool Pokemon, all said and done. Speaking of, we're going to get some work done right off the bat with an Icy Wind into a Leaf Storm combo, stop the Dragon Rush, and take very little residual damage oncoming. Now, I see this Clefable coming, and I thought a Flamethrower was coming my way. Meteor Beam is fantastic here. We are using regular Marowak, who resists rock coverage. Here comes a couple of Bonemerangs, and they both miss. Garchomp coming in here. We do not get coverage for this thing, and I kind of just want to stay the heck out of the way. Even though I am ground typing, I just feel like it is optimal overall to go ahead and stay out of the way of all of these Garchomps. Also, speaking of Meteor Beam and Solar Beam, Armarouge is one of those Pokemon that are using both of them in competitive rank. I decided to Swords Dance up here. I'm actually using Swords Dance on this Marowak. I did have Iron Defense, but Alpha Garchomp and such are still so strong that even the defense boosts don't really matter. It was also to match up better with Excadrill. But anyway, this Garchomp is going to very nearly evade that Moonblast here. And this Clefable is running for its dear life because it sees my Marowak coming, as you saw in the trailer with these Bonemerangs. Look at that distance, ladies and gentlemen, and that is why Marowak has never been forgotten, especially not in Pokemon Legends ZA. Now this is fantastic. He's got this Thunderbolt back here with his Porygon 2, and this Porygon Z, I don't think is carrying Ice Beam. He continues to go for the Thunderbolt here. I missed one Bonemerang, but one does connect. It does do enough damage that a Thunder Punch connected will also take him out and get another KO. I'm not sure what he's running instead. Maybe Hyper Beam, Tri-Attack, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt. But anyway, he can't hit me, so that's really cool. There is the Dance of the Garchomp, so I'm just going to let these two go ahead and have their contest here in the middle, as I'm going to go now target the Armarouge. Now, my Bonemerang can come around and hit him. I hit him with Thunder Punch. I misclick, unfortunately, not the Bonemerang, but I don't actually think Bonemerang would have connected. I think the amount of downtime and attack time that it takes to connect that attack, I don't think I would have gotten him. So I'm looking here. He takes out the... Let's see, what is that? That's Goldango. He took something out with a Moonblast, but I didn't see it. So Bonemerang into the Goldango, and it goes around the bridge, connects one and around the tree, and misses the second one. So it does eventually break, but it does hold for a long time. So once again, these two Goldango are more interested in having a contest. I'm just going to sneak up behind him and throw a bone in his back and collapse him. As I take a Hyper Beam from the Porygon Z, live to connect with a Bonemerang, so I thought, but this Solar Beam oncoming, it actually misses me, and watching this footage, I thought I got hit by it, but I got hit by the oncoming Meteor Beam after the fact. So Fable, Solar Beam, and Meteor Beam. 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of that game. Oh, I fell into an invisible black hole. Alright, back to Alolan Marowak, back for some more fire goes. Oh, no! Marowak did so good in that game. I was just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and start this up with a Leaf Storm and knock out the Crocodile. That is a very tiny Excalibur, ladies and gentlemen. That thing is itty-bitty small. Yeah, that Glaive Rush ain't connecting. I got this bulky Gyarados right here. Oh, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there are two different teams in this video. There is a bulky Gyarados offensive team with a Marowak and an Abomasnow, and then I have the team with a Alolan Marowak. I figured I wanted to use them both to their credentials. I kind of copied the Gyarados combo, but since we don't have Volt Absorb in ZA, I just went for ground. Again, get Solar Blasted by this Chandelure, as now the Charizard is going to Mega Evolve into a nice shiny Mega Charizard X on the other side of the plane. And I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, I'm going to Bonemerang. I hit the Garchomp in the back and connect onto the Charizard as well. That is fantastic. This Porygon, however, does have Ice Beam as I set up with a Swords Dance. It's really, really hard to put Swords Dance on a Alolan Marowak. I feel like I would have to take off Thunder Punch, and I really don't want to do that. I got to keep Flare Blitz, or I may even take off Bonemerang, but Bonemerang's distance is so good. Anyways, it does take a long time to hit the attack, and you see there that Solar Beam connects before I even get one bone thrown his way. But I have to say, Marowak has had all of the bones and chips thrown their way. In comes this Fire Fang. We have a double down, ladies and gentlemen. The Leaf Storm and the Fire Fang connect on the same frame, and it's a double down. We are leading the pack 6-4-3 right here, as the other opponent doesn't have any kills. So I'm going to Swords Dance up here, and I cannot take an Icicle Spear. Even though this is an itty-bitty Excalibur, he still can take me down really well. He's going to Mega Evolve into the Swords Dance Mega Charizard X with Dragon Rush, which I guess is to KO like Excalibur and different things like that. So I'm going to sneak up behind him, hit him with a Thunder Punch. I missed the Thunder Punch because the target went away as he Dragon Rushes the Staraptor on the other side of the field. And I hit him with a Bonemerang as I died to the Chandelure, so I get the credit for the kill. Very, very nice. Gotta love the curvature of Bonemerang. I guess Marowak is kind of the bone collector right now, if you will. I've always thought about that. Anyway, Staraptor lives a Thunder Punch, and then I misclick Stone Edge for Thunder Punch. Then the Salamence is here. The Salamence barely lives a Stone Edge, and the Solar Beam connects on the backside of Salamence to knock out my Marowak. I felt these last two games, both Marowaks needed a chance to shine. Can we talk about how good Charge Mega Porygon Z is, ladies and gentlemen, with Thunderbolt and Hyper Beam and Nasty Plot? Things ridiculous. And screen setup. Also, that Chandelure would have absolutely died and been eviscerated by my Bone Mirage. Punch. Alright, here we go. Final game of the series. This time, Alolan Marowak is coming back out with the Abomasnow pairing. Gotta love it, man. I think both teams using Abomasnow, using Icy Wind to slow down threats, and then of course Mega Raichu X and such. Man, Surfetch'd without Swords Dance, you are just not cutting it. So I'm going to Icy Wind as you Meteor Assault. I'm going to swap out of the Meteor Assault, get back into Marowak. This is also in the trailer. Get that Flare Blitz off, and that is a beautiful knockout and a Meteor Assault diversion, if you will. This Golisopod and Chandelure, man, I tell you what, you and I have unfinished business to settle. Do you understand me? There's an oncoming Heat Wave here. Here comes a Bonemerang into a Shadow Ball. 1 and 2, that is enough to take it down. What is that in under? Umbreon with Crunch! You finally got it, but you take a ton of damage from Flare Blitz and not Fire Punch. I was actually using Fire Punch originally, but I also didn't have max effort values either. So that's kind of interesting to note that Alolan Marowak did as good as it did in the first video, not based around him, even though I was not effort valued. So I'm going to Thunder Punch the air as this Pinsir's just having a good old time. I once again Flare Blitz the air, and I was like, okay, he's going to set up a Swords Dance, go for a Shadow Bone, doesn't do quite about half. Aerial Ace doesn't do that much, and then a Leaf Blade does not kill me because of type advantage. I'm going to Bonemerang and hopefully take him out. I hit the oncoming Blastoise, but he picks up, his trainer picks up the full heal and gets an Aqua Jet off. He was definitely in Thunder Punch range to be taken out there, so I'm very, very unfortunate there. Alright, here we go, spawning back in. Now I've got Mega Raichu X. I'm seeing Chandelure, Golisopod, and Blastoise, and I'm looking at a freaking field day here. But Blastoise whiffs a Volt Tackle here as I Trailblaze, do enough damage that Chandelure hits him in the back that I kill both Chandelure. Well, I don't kill the Chandelure. I kill the Chandelure after the fact with a Volt Tackle and paralyze the Umbreon through the Chandelure, knock the Chandelure out. And of course I got the kill for the Blastoise even though the Chandelure hit it last. So that works out good. So Flash Cannon into the paralyzed Umbreon, and then a Shadow Bone combo with Thunder Punch is enough to take out Mega Blastoise. And Machamp is just all in my business here. Golisopod slams Machamp down to very low health. I Flare Blitz and would have killed Machamp but missed it on the edge there. As now I Bonemerang into the oncoming spot, and it missed everything. I don't know what happened there. It just hit the air. So I Shadow Bone, and I don't know what I hit. I didn't hit anything. I'm not sure what I was swinging at. So this Blastoise goes for a Hydro Pump. He gets paralyzed by the Thunder Punch there. I guess he was trying to hit the Glaceon. I'm really not too sure there. Right here at the end, I'm going to go ahead and get another Flare Blitz off. It does not kill the Glaceon. Glaceon will take me out with a Freeze Dry after, but it's not. The Meteor Assault is missed, and I'm able to take a KO there and finish it off with the win. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you sooner than you think. Take care. See you later.